Check out the spot we stayed in last night. Look at that. The really cool thing is just behind the van, you can go for a short walk and the views are incredible. Check this out. How cool is that? Hopefully, we can get a good time lapse. Not many clouds in the sky, but we'll see. So yes, Charlie and I are back in the van. Not that you guys would have noticed. We were always in the van as far as you're concerned, but we were, as I've said in a couple of videos, with Charlie's family. Not that we filmed much yesterday because we left Charlie's family pretty late, but today we're somewhere in France. Where are we?
The Gorge du Verdon.
The Gorge du Verdon. Charlie's just there, by the way. So all we really did yesterday was drive here, although I did capture some cool footage on my iPhone of a stop we made. Pretty windy here. Charlie and I are currently driving to something called Gorges du Verdon, which you'll know because if you're seeing this, then it's about a video where we go to the Gorge du Verdon. You get it. Anyway, the drive here is fairly spectacular, and we've been like hoping to see somewhere where we could pull over and show it off, and we've stopped somewhere called Pont Sublime Point. So hopefully, just a short walk now to hopefully see this sublime point. That'd be good. Can't see it, but our van is just there. There. Oh, look at that. That is ridiculous. Charlie, how would you describe this point? Sublime. To be honest with you, one of the main reasons we made that stop yesterday was because we needed to calm down. You see, the roads to here were really winding, and at one point we went round a really tight corner, and as we came round the corner there was a camper van coming round on the other side, but it crossed onto our side of the roads and our wing mirrors clipped, and yep, that happened. So me and Charlie needed that stop to calm down because we were kind of angry that someone had done that to our van, but also we're kind of a little bit shaken up about it, so needed that stop. It did do a good job of calming us down. In slightly better news though, we managed to get new trim. So at least this bit is fixed. Right, I've had to change my t-shirt. Charlie pointed out that I had hot chocolate on the last one from last night because I'm an adult. I had hot chocolate last night. Right, when you're in the Gorge du Verdon, what do you do, Charlie?
Kayak.
Kayak, so that's what we're gonna, you weren't ready for that, were you? We're gonna go and kayak. Right, Charlie's driving today. Let's hit the road. So we've arrived at where we were hoping to do kayaking, but this car park's pretty empty, which isn't a good sign. Hopefully that's just because we're out of season now. We're travelling in September now, so hopefully that's all that's about. Canyon firm, closed. No electric boats allowed. We may have a problem here, so let me show you. This is what it should look like here. This is what it looks like at its peak. And this is what it looks like now. It's all dry. And I don't know if you can see, this is all packed away. And Charlie just looked up, apparently it's been like this all season. There's just not been enough rain. And there was even, apparently, wildfires in the area. So I don't know how long this has been like this, but we should have maybe researched before we got here. But there's not a single kayak in the water. That's a lake there. There are some pedalos down here, so maybe we can go on a pedalo, I don't know. Not how it's meant to look though, is it? It's a shame, isn't it? So we just spoke to a gentleman in this office down here, and he was telling us that this is the first time that the gorge and access to the gorge has ever been closed. And apparently it all stems from the winter. In the winter, there wasn't enough snow and there wasn't enough rain. So gradually since the winter, the water has come down, down, down. So normally, what we're on now, this is water. Normally the water goes all the way up to there. And as you can see, it's stopping all the way down there. So that's quite upsetting, really. So we're now walking on the riverbed.
Yeah.
Isn't that mad? So that picture of the river going through the gorge that I showed you at the top, this is the bridge. So as you can see, a hell of a lot less water. So there is some water in the canyon, but not enough to get there, and maybe not enough the whole way through. It's a real shame. This was meant to be a 7-kilometer kayak, 3.5 out and then 3.5 back through this gorgeous valley. Not to be today, not to be. Well, this is different.
Yeah.
So, in the absence of kayaking in the gorge, which is just behind us there, Charlie and I have opted to get on a pedalo, which I don't think we've ever done before. But as we're here, we might as well make the most of it. The really incredible thing about this is just like how blue the water is, like the turquoise. That's great, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Which is where the Gorges du Verdon gets its name from, is because the water's usually this turquoise colour. Unfortunately we can't see it, but this lake here, this lake that we're on right now, this is pretty spectacular. I'm glad we're doing this. I think I managed to shut some tree in the van. So although Charlie and I enjoyed our little pedalo on that lake there, we came here to see Gorges du Verdon. So if we can't kayak it, we've decided that we're going to try and hike and get a view of it. So that's exactly what we're up to now. So we had to drive here to do this popular walking trail. Now the big problem with this is that it's quite a technical walk. It's sort of 700 meters elevation roughly, but the thing is it's up and down the whole way, so it's going to be quite tricky. It's going to take us about 4 hours. It'll probably be about 30 seconds in the video, but the thing is hopefully we'll get that good view of the gorge that we've been hoping for this entire time. How are you finding it? All good?
These are big steps for my short legs.
Come on, you got it. We're in the gorge.
We're in the gorge.
Look at that. We started all the way up there. That is 700 meters higher than we are now.
Yep.
Which means we've got to walk back 700 meters, but we are in the Gorges Verdon. This is the water. Look at it. Again, you get the idea of how much water is not in the gorge at the moment, because this is the edge of the water and there's Charlie all the way down there, actually at the edge of the water. I said edge of the water twice. This is where the edge would be. That's where it is. You understand what I mean. And now we have found this like brilliant, is it a suspension bridge? I don't know, it wobbles.
This isn't suspension, this is just an old bridge. Don't make it wobble, John. Stop it. You're only allowed 10 people on at once.
But how cool is this view? You get to see right into the gorge, and you get to see just where, like, imagine this river was up there and it cut its way down here. Stunning. And not only that, you get a sense of just how blue the water is. Check this out. This is genuinely incredible, and if anyone can tell me why the water is so blue, I'd be keen to know. Earlier this year I was in Jasper in Canada, and that was, all the lakes there are incredibly blue. And they're all basically glacial, those valleys that have been made. And what happens is, as the glacier comes through the valley, it grinds up the rock underneath. What it makes is something called rock flour, and that ends up going in the water, and that's what makes it so blue there. Is that what's the case here? Is it rock flour? Is that even what it's called? Is that just a Canadianism? Anyone, help me. Okay, there's no way for this to not come across as braggy. Check out the spot we have found for this evening. This might be our best yet. Check this out. We have managed to bag ourselves a slot which no one else can possibly join us at. A known little private spot with a view of the mountains. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? I am well chuffed with this place.
Yes.
That is so cool, look at it.
Very impressed.
Do you remember when you were a kid and you would get these like variety packs of cereal? Well, I stole some of Charlie's little sister when we were with her. Don't tell anyone. And on that note, I think this is a good place to say goodbye. Me and Charlie are just going to chill out and enjoy this area. We'll let you know if it was any good tomorrow. Right, see you then. Bye. You having a little paint there, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.